Hey, I'm Ethan Surman, and you are watching The Music Enthusiast.
Hey guys, it's Gracie from The Music Enthusiast, and today I'm here with Ethan Surman. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm very good. I'm out here, in here, admiring the beautiful weather that I'm gonna admire from outside in a minute. But I'm doing well.
That's
I'm doing
good.
well.
Getting into the questions, what made you want to get into music?
Man, I mean, like I would say it's always kind of just run through me, like with my family was always playing music around the house when I was a kid, playing like the Beatles and Bob Marley, like such a wide variety. But if I'm being honest, I think like one moment that really was like life changing for me, that really inspired me to start writing music, was the summer before I started high school. I was like up at my cottage, and I decided, I was like, okay, I'm going to I had never listened to The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust before by David Bowie, which is like an iconic album.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, I'm going to wake up at sunrise. I'm going to smoke a joint and I'm going to listen to this album. And I woke up and I just watched the rising red sun over Georgian Bay while listening to that album. Uh, and then I spontaneously was like, I'm going to solo my canoe around Georgian Bay. I had never soloed a canoe before, but I was feeling very spontaneous. And yeah, just like that album really inspired me. Like it just like, I don't know, something about David Bowie at that point in my life just like inspired me a lot. And to this day, the only tattoo I have is actually like a little lightning bolt on my kind of ankle here for David Bowie. So
Oh,
David Bowie was definitely a really big was a big influence for sure.
yeah. I mean, obviously that sounds like a huge memory for you, but do you have any like
Yeah.
top musical memories that you can think of?
In terms of like playing or listening.
Either.
Yeah. I mean, like one really fun highlight was like getting to play with one of my bands, the Neighborhood Watch. Like we played a show opening for Margaret Atwood at like this education event, and like that was really fun and cool. Just to be in a room with such a legend, and then like the Bare Naked Lady, the bassist of the Bare Naked Ladies band was playing. And they invited us on stage to sing Changes by David Bowie as well. And so that was kind of cool. That was good. I mean, again, like the first time I really dug into Stevie Wonder's The Songs in the Key of Life, that really was like life changing. And I kind of had this like, me and my friend had just this really, I don't know, it felt like a religious experience. When we first listened to that album, we were kind of, not gonna lie, again, we were kind of out of it. Like a lot of, yeah, we were a little gone. And yeah, just man, like just realizing the amount of love that's in that album, and like the amount of good intention in terms of it felt like Stevie Wonder just really was trying to communicate such human things and like such positivity, and like that was super inspiring to me, and like it really gave me a new sense of confidence in terms of like I should put my music out into the world even if I don't think it's like perfect or whatever. Like it just was like, put it out there, man. Like if you put that good energy into the world, hopefully it'll probably come back to you. Honestly, man, just like shows, lots of shows, recording, and like just more like casually, like I just love that feeling when like you get inspiration for a new song or something and it just like kicks, and within like either an hour if you're writing, or like a day if you're like writing or recording or arranging something, it just like hits you and you're like, whoa, you go into this like intense like flow state that you don't realize till like afterwards necessarily, that you were just like, I don't know, like the muse or something. It just takes you over. And like often those are the best songs, I think, when it just like just kicks, it just hits you.
I mean, what has it been like for you not being able to perform live? Is there a certain thing that you miss?
Yeah. I mean, I miss just like jumping around on stage, honestly. Like I really miss yeah, I miss the chemistry with the audience and the chemistry with the band, and just like, yeah, like playing with my friends as well. You know what I mean? Like I just love being in a room with my friends and we're all simultaneously like doing something that we love and are having fun with, and also just like honing our craft and becoming better musicians. And it's like it's such a it's so beneficial for so many reasons, and it's just so awesome. So I really miss that. But honestly, like this past year of COVID it's been like a really, really good time to reflect in a lot of ways, and like to focus on myself, and especially like focus on myself as an artist. You know, being pretty much alone all winter. Obviously I was with my family, and I'm really lucky I like get along with my family, but like, man, the amount of hours I just spent in this room in my studio in my attic, just like grinding away and being like, well, what do I want to do? Like, what am I saying here? Or like, or just getting lost in that flow of like making a song, and it's just so like it's spontaneous or it's really planned. Like, it's been a really cool, different experience. But yeah, to me, music is the most fun when it's collaborative. So I miss that. Like I miss just the energy, man. Like when you're in the room with somebody doing it all together, it's just a blast.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, what has it been like for you starting out in the music industry? Because I know that can be competitive sometimes.
Oh, dude, it's like the more and more I kind of like take further steps, the more I think I like realize how competitive it is. And how much of a plan you really need and a strategy, especially when it just comes to like the, I don't know, like the marketing side and the whatever, and just getting yourself out there. It's been honestly really like I feel confident and I feel good about it, because I think like there's a few reasons. I think like the main thing is I feel like my intentions are in the right place. You know what I mean? Like I think that's like at my core. I know that even if I wasn't, you know, doing insanely well or getting crazy opportunities, that I would still be going. I'd still be doing it just because like I just love to make music. Like I'm gonna make it either way. You know what I mean? And like that is like it's, you know, like I'm not doing it because I want my fucking face on a billboard or because I want my like people to be like, oh, look at that guy. Like it's just obviously like I want people to appreciate my music if I put a lot of love and time into it. Like that's obviously the goal is for people to share the experience and
Yeah.
be able to share experiences with the music. But yeah, like that's a really good feeling. And also I'm like really lucky to have a really good team on my side. Like I recently started working with the management for the Tragically Hip. So like
Okay.
Jake, yeah, like Jake Gold and Ryan Hefford, who is like that's really, it's really good to like just have like the support of people who know what they're doing as well, you know, and like, you know, like they may not know how to play the scales or like hit that high note, but like I don't know how to like you know, it's a mutually beneficial symbiotic relationship. Like
Yeah.
in terms of they have their side of the knowledge that they're really good at. I have my stuff that I can focus on, and it's so yeah, it feels good to have that kind of like that support. It's definitely competitive, and like the more and more the thing that I've realized is just like you've just really got to be authentic and be unique, to be honest, because like you can make the same, you can get in the room with a producer or you could just be alone, whatever, and you can just try and be like somebody else. So you can try and be like some, you know, like I'm gonna just do the most generic, most clean cut pop thing here just so I can get on the radio. But like, and if that's you, then that's blessed, you know what I mean? Like if that's who you are, show it, let that shit shine. But like if that's not you and you're trying to be fake, then, and you're, or you know, you're just trying to be something you're not, then I think people can really sense authenticity, especially in this market where there's so many people and they can kind of listen to or watch whatever they want.
Hmm.
People are pretty good at being like, oh, yo, that guy's fake, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think just trying to keep it real as much as possible is key.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Talking more about your music, how do
Mm-hmm.
you tend to find inspiration for your songs?
Yeah, it's a really big variety of things. I think like life experience ultimately is the biggest thing. It's just like I've always, as a songwriter, I've always had this like inner back and forth, this inner dialogue about like what is the balance between me trying to live my life outside of being a musician and you know, outside of sitting in my studio and producing music and whatever, and just going out and living life to try and enjoy life and try and experience life in a real way. And so I think like that's always been like something that's on my mind, is just like trying to find that balance and like take in as much external sensory images and thoughts and things that can inspire me. Because like, you know, if I'm just a musician who sits in my studio every single day for my whole life, I'm gonna be writing love songs about like chords and like about harmonies. It's like, no, like it's just not really, it's just not very accessible to most people and doesn't feel right. So yeah, I mean, like it's a mix of that, but honestly, I get a lot of inspiration from, yeah, like relationships with people, life experience, but then also like even just like reading books or poetry or reading or watching movies. Like there's this one song, I don't know if you know this, the movie, that one with Jim Carrey and um, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, uh,
Uh-huh.
which is a fantastic movie. I remember like I watched that this one night when I was in quarantine. And you know, in quarantine, there's not a lot of life experience you can get. You can't really be inspired by that much shit. Like you're kind of like grasping at straws
Yeah.
for what to write about sometimes. I mean, and I watched this movie and I was just so like blown away. And I was like, oh shit, like what? Like, what the fuck has happened? And I just felt immediately inspired to pick up my guitar and like I wrote this whole song on the spot in like 45 minutes or something. The next day I made a demo of it and just started like going with it. And now it's one of the ones that I'm very like super keen on trying to finish and polish. So that's cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, variety of things though, for sure.
I mean, talking more about those songs, do you have any
Yeah.
future projects that you could hint at or tell us about?
What I can say is I have a lot of music I'm sitting on. Like
Okay.
I'm sitting on a lot of music. And you know, because like I said, like I've kind of spent this whole year in my attic just making music. So
Yeah.
yeah, I have like a lot of stuff that's like really close to being done or is done, or also I have a lot of stuff that's kind of newer in the process and like that I've been writing and demoing. And yeah, so I mean like essentially I'm heading out to work with this producer in, whoa, geez, like 2 weeks. That's so soon. uh, which is crazy. And yeah, like we're gonna work on a bunch of stuff, and I think the hopes are that we, yeah, start releasing stuff. I don't know, in the late summer, fall, into the next year. Like there's gonna be a lot of stuff that's kind of slowly building and rolling out. We want to make sure we get it right first. You know, I think that's the
Yeah.
key. Just do it
I
right.
mean, we found you on TikTok.
Yeah,
What was that like posting for the first time?
bro, it's so weird. It's so weird posting things on TikTok because like I'm not one of those. I don't think of myself really as one of those musicians who even like plays a lot of covers or is like that cover guy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I genuinely even I have like a very vivid memory of sitting at a bonfire alone in Costa Rica. Well, I wasn't alone. There was like a bunch of people around me, but I didn't know any of them. And I had my guitar with me, and they were like, this one guy who I met was like, dude, just come on, like sing for us. Like I saw you singing on the beach earlier. Like you've got what it takes, man. You've got the chops. And he's like, sing, you know, like Jason Mraz or like Wonderwall. And I was like, oh shit, bro, I don't know any of these songs. Like I'm gonna have to pull up the ultimate guitar chords right now. And so I'm like at this, you know, I'm at this campfire or like this bonfire in Costa Rica, and I just pull out, you know, like my shitty Wonderwall, my shitty Jason Mraz, my shitty Bob Marley, and yeah, and I think like, so I mean, that's like a bit of a tangent, but like to answer your question, I think like it's a bit weird and was like a bit of a interesting switch, but like honestly, really just fun, like fun pastime, and like I take it as like the more stuff that I learn, like if I'm a just, you know, sing a cover of an Elton John song or a cover of a Britney Spears song or a, I don't know, like Lauryn Hill song, just like a mad variety of artists, then that's just more stuff that I learn and more stuff that's in my tool set and more stuff that I can, yeah, I can kind of draw from. But it is really interesting, like which ones get the most views and which don't. You know what I mean? Like it's always
Yeah.
interesting to see like what people respond to, or like or if the algorithm's just like playing me or something, and they're like,
You never
just like
know.
you really never know with that stuff. But well, it's fun. It's just like a good way to pass the time, like especially in lockdown and stuff. It's kind of a yeah, it's just a good vibe. Just like push myself out of my comfort zone a little bit and have fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, did you expect to like blow up in the sense that you did and get the recognition?
Bro, I don't think I've blown up.
You've done pretty well.
I've done all right. I guess I have done all right. To be fair, I have only started about 2 weeks ago, so I'm doing okay. The whole purpose is to try and like find people who might be interested in my music and like build an audience.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I'm just trying to put out stuff that's like I said, like authentic and is me, and also like cover songs that I like that would then kind of like, if people are like, oh, this guy did a really cool cover of this Tame Impala song or something. If they're a Tame Impala song, if they're a Tame Impala fan, and then like they hear my music when I release it, if they're like, oh, this kind of has like a tinge of Tame Impala or something, that's just one more person who's going to be like, could be into my music. I'm definitely hoping for it, and I'm hoping to make it even. I'm hoping to like, I hope one of them just hits. I hope one of them just goes so viral, and then like it's over. Then it's over. This is what I keep telling myself. I'm like, it's gonna happen one of these days. It's gonna happen.
It will.
Yeah, just keep throwing. I mean, this is my dad said to me. He watched one of my TikToks, and he was like, "You got it down. Like you know how to make a TikTok." He's like, "Now just make 200 of them, and then you're good, and then you'll blow up." You're right, buddy. Consistency is key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
So
is more of a fun question for you.
Yeah.
But if you could describe yourself and your music in 2 to 3 words, what do you think they would be?
Damn. Myself and my music. I mean, it's interesting because like I definitely see like a lot of themes in my music that like draw through, but there's no way I can say with full like there's not like a like sometimes I'll write a sad song, sometimes I'll write a super happy song, but I would say maybe like yeah, okay, so the first word's gonna be groovy.
Mm-hmm.
The second word's gonna be actually, you know what? This chick put a comment on my TikTok the other day that made me laugh so hard, and I was like, yo, that you might have nailed it. She said Jazzy Alex Turner, who is like, he's the singer of the Arctic Monkeys, and I was like, you might be onto something. I think I like that one.
I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good compliment.
Yeah, Jazzy Alex Turner. But no, on all reality, like, yeah, like for me, just the person, like, yeah, like really like positive, groovy, and you know, just like loving. I'm just trying to put good vibes out there. Honestly, I don't know, man. Like,
yeah,
whatever,
I mean that's
whatever.
pretty good considering I put you on the spot.
Yeah, you really did.
An easier question for you.
Blast.
Do you have any dream collaborations you would want to have in the future?
Yeah, but they're all dreams, you know.
Well, let's hear them.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. Some of my biggest like influences right now, and just like more like contemporary influences who like I said, like dream collaborations, like Dominic Fike is a huge inspiration of mine. So is, like I said, like Tame Impala, Omar Apollo. And you know what? One day my dream is to make a really sad song with Coldplay. I think if I can pull that off, man, I think I've done it.
We'll see. It might happen. You never know.
Yeah. Who knows? Shoot for the stars.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite song at the moment?
Man, I've been listening to so much different stuff. Like I've been listening to so much different music. But I'll give you two, which are like extreme contrast. Oh wait, damn, this is really tough. Chain On by Brockhampton from their new album, I've been really vibing out to. And then Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones. I like, for some reason, I just keep putting it on. Like, obviously, like I've loved that song forever, but like recently I was like, damn, why does this hit so hard? And then I've also just been really getting back into Vampire Weekend. Like The Kids Don't Stand a Chance is one that I just keep going back to, and it's like, oof, damn, bro. His lyrics,
they're all
man.
good songs.
Yeah, Ezra Koenig's lyrics, man, like I've only started really focusing on it because like there's always just such a good vibe when I listen to it. But like, dude, that guy's a poet. Like, geez. So yeah, there's some good ones.
For sure. My last question for you. Our website focuses on up and coming artists. Do you have anyone that you would want to recommend to other people?
Yes, sure. Let me just think real quick. Okay, yeah, actually, you know what? My boy, Benny the Jet, he just released, him and his friend just released their rap project today. So like, shout out to him. Like, he's a great guy and like super talented producer, dope rapper. They're both really cool. I have some friends out in London. These guys named New Friends. They're pretty cool. And keep an eye out for the Neighborhood Watch as well. It's my other band. Like, we've got some stuff. So you know, just yeah, shout out for the homies. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, we'll definitely check them all out.
Blessed, 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 blessed.
Thank you so much for doing this interview. It was so
Yeah,
nice
my
to talk
pleasure.
to you.
Yeah, it was nice to meet you.